Okay, so let's have a little discussion on two ways to use the AIQ1 indicator. And I've been talking about shooting a video on this, and I finally got the time to do it. So, so let's take two charts, basically the same time frame. Renko's set to basically a 45 and a 45, so there's no differentiation there. But I have the same AIQ1 indicator running in two different modes. And I do apologize for the background. I was in a nice, quiet, hardly any people around. And the second I go get set up to shoot a video, some guy starts playing live music and everybody floods into the nice little quiet lounge area where I was sitting while traveling. Okay, so anyhow, let's proceed. So right here, I have the AIQ1 indicator. Actually, let's just keep it in that mode. And let's expand this a bit. So right here, I have the AIQ1 indicator. Now I do have some other indicators on the chart. I have one set of bands that I have turned off visually. I have the super bands set on. This is my actually sixth generation of no repainting, no recalculating bands. And, that helps frame up where are possible overbought, oversold areas in price in the market. And, it's kind of like a dynamic running range boundaries of price movements, whether we're in rally mode, sideways trading, or sell-off mode. So I have that indicator turned on, but I have the AIQ1 indicator, which is basically a hybrid version of a smooth Heikin-Ashi that I took. We pulled the guts out of it and put in our own math and in a different way of, I guess the programmer calls it calculation style, or a difference in how we program it to read price action. And in the mode I currently have with the squares are showing me where I'm getting short-term or the beginnings of bursts and momentum. So obviously, if we're in an uptrend and we're below the mid band on the main bands of the indicator, any sort of bursts and momentum that are at that mid band area or below are pretty high probability areas to be scalping in alignment with a running trend. Does that make sense? We got the bands up. The bands do not recalculate and do not repaint in live data replay mode. So those are areas for a manual discretionary trader, or maybe somebody's got the tools attached to Algo Studio Pro and they set in some of these definitions and say, hey, do the MOM or momentum signal scalps in alignment with the uptrend on the channels when price is at the mid-band or below, and so on. So that's one way of combining and utilizing the tools together. So that is momentum. Like, here's a momentum. Another person might say, hey, when I get a reversal, when I see the price exceed or the fast bands go outside of the main bands and come back in, if I get any sort of momentum burst to the downside, I'm going to initiate some counter trend trade there. I'll wait till I see that. Here was a counter trend trade here. Here was one here. So those are areas that a person could be taking momentum moves that are taking place out of a market, building some energy from reversing in a dynamic range, and one there, and so on. So there's different ways to use the tools. Now, the same AIQ indicator in a different mode can be utilized for reversals. So just strictly for reversals. So let's expand out that chart a bit. Let's take a look at this. So where would I work a reversal trade? Well, reversal trades would be from the edges of the market's current range. So I stretch the market, the fast bands on the super bands indicator go outside of the main bands, and then I get a reversal. Okay. How could I utilize that? I could take a trade in that area price, have my stop no more than most recent price pivot. There's my risk. I get 1-to-1 on the trade. I move any stop that I have a few ticks above most recent price pivot, put in a stop, and the market trades. And basically, I could stay in the trade till we get a counter signal, reversal signal, or we get some sort of excursion outside the lower bands. And let's see what we get here. So eventually, it basically just came into a end of a trading day and went sideways. Now, these signals here, I would call them more like trend continuation signals. You can see that was a Dodger blue. That's a reversal in an area that makes sense for a reversal to take place out of a market, giving it into a dynamic oversold area. These would be more like continuation signals. So not the type of signals I'd work if I was looking for a reversal. Here's long signals in alignment with a running trend. So not really reversal signals. This would be your more traditional reversal signals. We have a market comes outside, or the fast bands go outside the main bands and then reverse, and we get a signal. Fast bands go outside of the main bands, then we get a reversal. That would be a more traditional reversal type signal. Does that make sense? Here's a reversal signal, and so on. So you can use the adaptive price bands that I call super bands, and you can use those to frame up the running price action and see if there's areas where prices, having excursions beyond the main bands, and then looking for reversals confirmed by the AIQ1 indicator set in the reversal mode. So to set that, the reversal mode, I go into the indicator, I put in my settings. We have multiple moving average types. We have the ability to make the indicator more responsive to price or less responsive. And then we come down here and I can color up the dots. The dots are giving me a heads up that I might be getting a reversal. Here's some pre-reversal dots. That's part of the indicator. You can take those and turn them off, and that works great there. You can turn those off if you don't want to see them. So I like seeing them. There's a way that I actually use the dots for scalping in alignment with developing and running trends, but you don't have to do that. So there's all different ways that you can use these tools, and that's what the Algo IQ program is about, giving you advanced non-standard tools with very advanced, unique math, updated, more unique calculation styles, how we program, and then giving you tools that can help you join momentum, bursts of momentum, trend continuation trades, or reversal trades. And then, of course, when you're trading instruments, time of day is important. I'm not going to be trading the NASDAQ working reversals at 7:32 p.m. U.S. Central Time, right as the Asian markets have kicked off and started trading. That's just not the time of day when I'm going to be all excited about working a reversal. But EU session maybe, but definitely during the U.S. session. So different modes of use, and you don't have to use these on Renkos. You can use them on range bars. You can use them on tick charts, volume charts, Heikin-Ashi candles, whatever you want. The indicator is not codependent on the bar type that's used. So we have people trading 15-second charts, 30-second charts, 4-hour charts, various tick charts, volume charts, all kinds of different Renko charts, and so on. So again, AIQ1 indicator, 2 modes. Now we do have an automated strategy called the Algo or the AIQ Mom Strat that takes these signals and can operate automated trades for quick scalping. We just deployed that a couple weeks ago. We're also, from data we've received from working with the AIQ1 indicator, the MOM signals and that strategy, we realized We should probably have our own custom price bar that's integrated, a part of the platform. So we're talking to Quantower to try to get that done. I'm hoping to get an answer by Monday or Tuesday. If they're smart, they'll let us do that, because it seems like some other vendors have been allowed to do that. And they should really open that up to everybody that's a vendor, to let them have access to different, the ability to put custom bar types in this list, have some open slots for custom bar types. So there you have it, the AIQ1 indicator in several different modes. I'll do more videos on it in the future, but having the best version of the dual bands that I've ever built to help me frame up where is price. Is it in running up trends? Is it in running down trends? Where are the edges of the current market? And where are smart areas to take shots at reversal trades, or look for momentum out of the price reaction of price? Maybe there's key levels you're tracking, and you're seeing a market after a levels test or sweep leaving that area with some authority. So you can use reversal trades off key levels, and you can use momentum trades off key levels. So there's a wide range of ways that you can use these tools. So there you have it. Just wanted to cover the Algo IQ program. We have just added we've had the super bands. We just added the AIQ bands. That's a different style of bands. It's using math and calculation style that I developed for the AIQ1 indicator. The next thing we're looking at for next week, by the end of the week, is the tilt trader. I cover the tilt trader indicator and the logic behind it in a May 1st video. So if you go to the Grid Algo channel and go to May 1st, you'll see a video where I kind of show the whole way that the tilt trader indicator is going to work. I do have an Algo IQ event starting this Sunday. Sunday, basically, those attending the event remote, not in person, will have access to my live stream on Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday I give you access to the private community, all the downloads, and the instructions to get all the tools set up, activated, and so on. So the primary part of the Algo IQ event is the Monday, Tuesday live trading live stream action. Okay, there you have it. If you have any questions, info@gridalgo.com. Again, apologize for the background noise, but since I was traveling a bit today, I wanted to make sure I did get a video up on the two different modes and use of the AIQ1 indicator. So there you have it. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a great night and have a great weekend.